Good morning and welcome. You're watching the Small and Mid Cap Show here on NDTV Profit. I'm Harsh Saita and with me is Mahima Vajrajani, and we're going to talk to three interesting managements through this show, so stay tuned. It's a packed show for us. Let me quickly bring on board Jayanta Basu, Managing Director at ITD Cementation. A very strong set of numbers overall in terms of the Q4 update that's come through on the numbers that have come through. Mr. Basu, talk to us about FY25. So you spoke about around a 25% odd growth in FY24. That you've beaten by quite a mile in terms of the guidance versus even what you've delivered. Even towards the end of Q3, you were guiding for 7,000 crore of revenue. You've done 7,700 crore of revenue. Talk to us about what's at play. Have you executed quickly and therefore does this impact your numbers for FY25 or you're expecting robustness in FY25 to continue?
Good morning, Harsh. Thank you for calling me for the interview. Yeah, I think last year performance was quite good. As you can see that revenue growth is more than 50% and margin also has grown substantially. Towards the end, that is during the last quarter, one project has helped us a lot, that is Ganga Express Way, and we have done substantial progress in that job. And probably that is the reason why you can see that we have exceeded the guideline what we have given in terms of revenue. For FY25, I still maintain the say around 20 to 25% growth should be achievable in terms of top line. Yeah.
Understood. Mr. Basu, Mahima joining in. Well, I want to understand about your order book. Firstly, in your last call, you had guided that next year you'll try to achieve an order book of around 8,000 to 10,000. So, is this guidance still valid, or you're expecting better number than 10,000?
Last year our order book, I think, was 6,800, and this year should be 9,000 crore plus, because some of the order which were expected last year will be spilling to this year. So I hope that 9,000 plus should be the order value this year, 25.
Understood. And sir, what's the Capex plan like for FY25?
Capex will be less compared to last year because most of the investment we have done last year or second last year was for the metro work in Chennai, where you have to buy TBMs and trench cutter sort of costly machine. And I don't see much of Capex this year. Would be around 250 crore plus minus little bit from there.
Understood. And sir, double-digit margin holding up in FY25 as well?
Yeah, yes, 10% plus.
Understood. So with regard to, sir, just the way in which order book evolves, currently you're at just under 3 times in terms of order book to revenue. What's the evolution of the order book like? How is the demand traction? And therefore, what kind of an order book are you expecting to build on in terms of the numbers for FY25?
See, if you see the color of order book also matters. Yeah. There are a lot of jobs in the order booking which is of slow moving. You have got some legacy jobs, so we don't have such job now. And our execution rate is very fast. Normally in construction space it is 3 years, but I can see it is 2.5, little around 2.5 years. So we'll be comfortable with the order book of around 2,400, 2,500 crores, 25,000 crores, sorry, work in hand. At any given point of time to achieve the revenue what we have forecasted around 9,000 crore next year.
Understood. Mr. Basu, is there any specific segment that you're focusing on, in terms of a segment which is more margin accretive, any specific segment?
Well, as you may be knowing that we are very strong in the marine, that is ports and harbor, breakwater, that sort of work. We are good in underground metro and airports, and some specialized job like diaphragm walling and ground improvement. So we'll be still focusing on those areas. We really don't want to add any new segment. That is not what is our desired line. We want to increase the footprint of our business, go overseas, the same sort of segment what we are working. That is the idea.
Understood. And in terms of your debt stands at 860 crores right now. Do you see any kind of movement in that number in FY25?
It will be almost same, marginal increase maybe, but I think 800 crore, that what I have also said at the beginning of the year. So I think this year also it will be around that 800, 850 crores.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Basu. It's been a pleasure speaking and interacting with you and getting all of those guidances, if I can say, for FY25 for ITD Cementation.